Aussie, Dream, MCK, Jacob, and Roma. So, interesting enough, actually, in the ESL Premiership, we saw Dream, Roma, and MCK standing in for Infused. And these guys used to love picking Cobblestone. That's 3 of these 5 players right now. So these guys are no strangers to Cobblestone. So it's going to be tough on Xenex. Maybe they lose this knife round start on the T side. We saw them last week going 12-3, as I mentioned earlier. So hopefully for them, they will win this knife. But not really too sure if this knife is live.
I mean, if not, it will be soon.
Yeah, it will be very soon, don't worry.
So if you're these guys right now, what are you going to be hoping for? How are you going to be looking to get things started? And actually, as you're the clairvoyant one, as you're the man with the crystal ball snods,
Oh, wow.
what do you think the scores are going to be?
16-11, CAZ win. 16-12, 16-12, something close to that. Something along those lines. So, CAZ will actually win the knife. Oh no, sorry, CAZ will lose the knife, so it's going to be Xenex on the CT side. If we can get that changed on the overlays as well. Currently says CAZ is on the CT side, but regardless, we're going to be going into this push around straight away. Going to be having the kit and 2 flashes on JT. The HE grenade and CZ on JK. This is quite interesting. You don't really see the CZ or the 5-7 coming out too often. But here comes the first round.
Indeed, and we're going to be seeing CAZ, as one might expect, heading over towards B to get things kicked off. At the moment, looking for a little bit of drop presence. I think 4 players actually stacked up over to there. Shaney going to be up close and personal to P2K, finds himself 2. Dances chimes in with 2 of his own, helping his teammate out, and it means it's Jacob left as the last alive. And well, unfortunately, when you're the last V5, finding a couple is going to be the best you can do, and in his situation, he didn't manage to find any.
That's just a complete maul there. All 5 players staying alive for Xenex there as well. We're going to be seeing them keeping their armor, Peggy and so forth, not opting to buy head armor. Means their money is going to be looking pretty strong as they've got 2 Famas, 3 SMGs, sorry, 2 EMPs and an MP9. So, can CAZ do anything with their force fire? They did not get the bomb down, so they will be forcing to this. So we will most likely be seeing 3-0 in favor of Xenex unless CAZ can bring something out of the ball bag.
At the moment, going to be seeing what they can do to work over towards A. A few men up long, trying to put some presence down there, and actually nobody stood in their path till they make their way all the way through onto the A site. When they reach there, it's going to be Jakey with the MP7 ready to meet them, and it's all about what he's going to be able to do with this weapon. And if they're going to be able to do much more. Shaney actually now joining him, so maybe a little bit of an issue here for CAZ if they can't start things off strong initially. Well, it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Shaney as well, though, tagged down low, has to fall back. This is at least an opportunity to try and get that bomb done.
Yes, unfortunately there, Jakey getting 1, it gets traded, playing so close towards long, playing in that win position, gets traded out with those Tech 9s playing close range. Could maybe play towards side and play for information instead, playing solo, being the solo A player. Well, anyway, we've got 3 of these CT players left alive, and it's all these... Ooh, 2 of these players actually going down straight away. MCK and Aussie as well, chiming with some kills. JT last alive, goes down. Nice headshot there from Aussie. So it's going to be 1-1. Actually, CAZ winning the force by there. I mean, JT getting 1 kill, then falling down, being the solo A player, giving up the A site instantly isn't really what you're looking for in that situation.
No, it did cause some problems, and obviously Shaney getting tagged down as well. I think a nice headshot from a Tech 9 at long range puts him on, what, 10 health-ish? Means that he has to fall back, gives it up in the end on balcony. We do see CAZ managing to find themselves a first. That is hugely problematic if you're Xenex here. Obviously off the back of that pistol round, as you'd mentioned, we're going to be looking for, what, 3-round lead to kick things off on the CT side. Now CAZ are in almost full control, and Xenex are going to be, well, they're going to have to be back down on those stock pistols with a single P250 as their only real hope.
Yeah, no armor as well, so they will most likely be giving up this round, and we're going to be buying into the next one. Typically, buying into the next one, they will not have Molotovs and AWPs and so forth, so hopefully for them they can take that, unless if they don't, I mean, CAZ are taking a strong lead early on. So as expected, nice clean, semi-clean round, only Jacob falling down there, but he most likely just had an SMG, so at the end of the world. And as I mentioned now, the Xenex, they have the chance to buy, maybe going to opt for a save here, so that they can have the AWP and they can have the utility. The Molotov being so important for stopping those B rushes as well, with the tight choke points towards A long as well. The Molotov is very, very useful.
I mean, if you look at what they've bought and what their money's sat at now as well, realistically, if they bought this one, it wouldn't just be the Molotovs, they'd be lacking. A few players wouldn't have been able to get much of anything at all, so a fairly smart choice from Xenex. It does, however, mean we're going to be seeing CAZ with a strong chance to pick up a third straight away.
Flash is coming over to B. Just jumping out, gets the kill onto Dances, but not really too much of an issue here. As I mentioned before, these players don't really have armor. Only Jakey have armor in the 5-7. Just looking to get a few kills here. 2 players, only 2 players dying there for CAZ. Actually, Shaney does a nice headshot to Aussie. Onto Dream, sorry. Can't get any more. No, we'll get refaced from MCK from Statue, and he will go down. So 2 players staying alive now for CAZ. Decent half-buy coming from Xenex, and now they have the money for the AWPs and the Molotovs.
Question is what we're going to be seeing out from CAZ as a response. Obviously, losing 3 players, not the best thing in the world, but it does mean we're going to be seeing a full reinvestment on all who have dropped, and a hell of a first gun round, actually.
Shani with the AWP, he actually has a really good spawn to peek towards Crack, and peek towards B-Plat and try to get early B-Plat control, especially if you can get a flash from Dances or a flash from his teammate. Question is, though, will Aussie be, not Aussie, sorry, will Dream be watching the AWP? Actually goes for the fast peek, doesn't quite get it, though. Won't even tag up MCK, and MCK will leave with his life, and he's shown where his AWP is, and this means now that Dream, if he's playing away from that, he can push up A long and try and get an early frag onto A.
At the moment, though, just going to be holding tight, waiting to see if any aggressive presence is going to be coming to meet them. CAZ playing this one fairly relaxed. They're not really going for too much. Obviously, MCK at the beginning going for a little bit of an aggressive play, but the AWP pushes him back, and it does now mean we're going to be seeing things slowed down and, as you said, taken over towards A. This is where we're going to be seeing the hit come in. This is where we're going to be seeing potentially the danger, but Xenex, they're going to be getting nice and prepared. 2 players already on the site, a couple more in positions where the rotate is going to be extremely quick. This shouldn't be too awful for them, and JT as well. He's got good information of exactly where at least one of those players is.
Yeah, as long as JT stays live there and holds onto drop, it's going to be impossible for CAZ to get a flank in there. Jacob opting just to run away and instead rejoin his T-sided team. And maybe just going to regroup and then attack A as a group instead. We'll just have it trying to get that flank from drop. So, JK now in mid, holding quite off flank. He gets one, gets instantly traded out. This is important now. Only one player towards the A side now. If he can hold this, Xenex can do it.
Well, Peggy's going to be there, but he's not going to be doing much to start things off. Jacob takes him out quickly. JT, however, does come in with a refrag. So 3v3 maintained, but Jacob's still going to be doing damage through the fence, finds one. Now it's going to be JT to try and bring things back, and indeed he does. Looks for the AWP on Dream as well, spams through the wall, doesn't find him initially, but does manage to take him down to 1 point of health. And so the 2v2s then, now the 2v1. And unfortunately, Dream just didn't have the HP to hold on.
Yeah, Dream missing that flick of the, I think it was JT walking out of Whorehouse there. Really important shot to hit there. If he takes down JT, it's the 2 versus 1, and also there as well, Dream would have been a 1 HP, so it would have been a lot easier for him to play the afterplant and play the 1v1 in case his other teammate did fall. 2-3 now. Xenex picking up that round, and CAZ, they still have money to buy. They can still buy up the AWP and they can still buy up the rifles. Maybe opting in for no AWP and just dropping an AK. Maybe go for a fast B here, or maybe up fast mid. We shall see.
Yeah, at the moment it does look like we're going to be seeing a play towards the B site initially. Xenex, though, going to be looking to stack round upon round here. They'll work that CT economy up early on. Going to be, you'd assume, more than prepared. As well as that, going to be no AWP this time, so Shaney in a position where he can take it a little bit slower potentially. Peggy as well going to be up close. It's looking like CAZ might be running into a little bit of trouble here. Peggy finds one, can't take more than that. Dancy's though ready to respond, and it does mean we're going to be seeing Xenex staying in the lead in terms of men. Jacob now going to be the last lap alive, just trying to work his way off plat, trying to see if there's anything recoverable in this round. But there's just too many men there.
This is the problem when you don't have controller drop as well. When you don't go for the B split, there's no pressure on that player. That was Dancy's. He could actually watch them drop out of balcony, watch them jump through the smoke. I mean, you got the trade on 2. I'm not sure which player it was, but the 1-for-1 trade happened initially. That's really good for CAZ, but Shane at statue gets a kill, and then Dancy's can get 2 kills if they jump through that smoke. Whereas if he had the controller drop and, you know, pressure towards drop, Dancy's would have been looking towards drop instead there. So, CAZ losing that round. It's going to be 3-3, and we are now tied.
Indeed, and we're more than tied. Xenex now the chance to put a 4th on the board, regain that lead they had after the first, and take CAZ down a little bit. Obviously, these guys just going to be playing with pistols this round, not in the best position, and Jakey just going to be spraying them down. 1 spray, 4 players. The last going to be falling fast as well, as Xenex take their 4th with no casualties.
Great spray, great spray there coming out from Jakey. Nice 4-man spray down. And that's going to be a clean round for Xenex. No one dying there. That's really important for their economy now, as they can start to buy up even if they lose these following rounds. So, 1 round lead now for Xenex. CAZ now on the buy. The question is, what will they decide to do with it?
At the moment, it looks like we're going to be seeing more presence over towards A. A little bit of success there to kick things off. Obviously, had some trouble holding on to it, but still definitely the chance to get something going. Jacob as well going to be playing over towards B, causing a little bit of a ruckus and making sure Xenex don't feel too comfortable. And again, Xenex don't really take a huge amount of control around the A area.
No, they have 2 players here, so they can play a bit further back, so it's not really that important if Jakey dies here, as they've also got Shaney there with the AWP watching mid. So if it was just solo A, Jakey there, he should have really been playing a bit closer for the information. But Jakey here, just jiggle speaking. Maybe here's that nade. Maybe here's the nade come out. Throws the Molotov. They know he's close right now. He needs to get 1 kill. Does, but gets traded. Shaney as well gets that kill onto MCK. It's going to be the 1-man lead now for Xenex.
Shaney still going to be the AWP ready to do damage. Doesn't want to be too aggressive, doesn't want to give himself away too early on, so does decide to fall back. Roma, though, ready to chase with a nade. Takes him out, finds the site, going to be getting that bomb down now, and it's Xenex once more on the retake. 3 players now coming through. And this is never going to be easy. Jacob manages to take a little bit of attention. Initially, Ozzy going to be coming through now to see what he can do off the back. Finds himself Dances, and that's 2 players now left. Jacob as well actually finds Peggy almost immediately, and it's all going to be on JT, the last man left. Nothing he can do, and it's Xenex immediately, as they manage to take the lead,
They
push
still have the
back
money,
down
they
into
can
a
buy.
tie. They do have the money,
Yeah, it's not the end of the world for them.
but it's CAZ starting to get back into the swing of things.
I mean, in that retake there, they did have a flashbang, but instead opted just to go for those dry peaks and try to win those aim kills. But CAZ, on the other hand, got the early kills, the 2 frags, and it was just JT in the 1 versus 3. They had the Molotov, but it's not really too useful there in that situation. None of those players were really in a position where Molotov would have been useful. Instead, got a Molotov drop, caught off that initial pressure. And it seems like Jacob's always the one lurking. Always goes to the other bomb site. So, I mean, if Xenex can pick up on this, they can maybe find out where these T's are attacking to. But anyway, Roma gets the first kill. Dances, though, gets the trade. So 2 for 2 sets of trades, 3 versus 3. Ozzy goes down as well, then Peggy takes him down, and JT watching Speedway might get time to actually, if Jacob pops out to drop. Actually, Dream takes him down, but gets headshots, so he's in 9 HP.
Yeah, 2 men left now on the side of Xenex, 2 men also on the side of CAZ, but Dream, as you said, on 9 points of health, not going to be feeling all too confident to take straight faces still. A man in his way goes down.
That's a misbuy.
Peggy, gone, and it's Jakey with the AUG, as you pointed out, to try and bring this one back. Finds the first, as you'd expect, and now it's going to be Jacob in the 1v1 to try and hold this off.
Oh, Jacob there, that nice headshot takes him down instantly with that peak from Statue. That's going to be the round win for CAZ, and it's such an important round for them to win, considering that they just won the previous round, so if they got reset there, it wouldn't have been looking too good for them. They actually have the pause coming out. Just going to take a look if it's tactical or technical. Apparently one of these players are ill. Apparently Peggy has gone to puke, so that's great news. Great news for Xenex. Peggy there being one of the best players in this team in my eyes, such a strong aimer and strong individual. Maybe actually people saying he's also the cooler as well, so having your cooler and one of your best players not not feeling very well isn't really too good for you.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine taking trips to the bathroom to throw up is going to be helping his game today.
No, definitely not. Definitely. It must be a big distraction as well. We saw a Magic Boy actually having food poisoning in Brazil, but dropping 32 frags in, I think it was, what, 16-3, so 20 or so rounds. But, I mean, Magic Boy is someone else. So, wondering how long this will take as well. I mean, so far, Xenex, though, 4 rounds. Obviously, this is more of a T-sided map, so even though CAZ are leading on their T side, if this was any other map, like a cache, not even a cache, more like a train or an overpass, CAZ would be very happy with this, but it's actually Xenex that might be happy with this, considering that 4 rounds already on the CT side, only 10 rounds in is looking pretty good for them.
Yeah, it's really not so bad. These guys are now going to have to take a little bit of a hit, as it doesn't look like we're going to be able to see them buying back up this round, but as you said, 4 rounds already. They're going to be able to get a fair few more buys in. They have a lot of opportunity to make a decent half of themselves here. And put CAZ in a position that, well, they're not going to be happy with really moving into the second half.
CAZ been happy. Do you mean if Xenex win a few rounds?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at this point, the average, what you usually see is the T side having 9 and the CT side having 6. It's usually 9-6 or somewhere between that. Even if CAZ get 8, they'll probably be happy, considering that Xenex did win the pistol, if you remember that. So Xenex winning the pistol and only having 4 rounds and CAZ having 5 is actually looking pretty good for CAZ. Xenex as well, they are on the eco, so they will be forfeiting this round potentially unless something crazy happens again. So potentially looking at 6-4, and if CAZ can win the next following goodbye round, we could be looking at 8-4. If it goes any further than that, it's going to be looking very bad for Xenex.
Yeah, no, there is obviously that opportunity for CAZ to take things further, but as well, I mean, Xenex winning the pistol round in this case, I don't think holds quite as much impact, or quite as much weight, seeing as they didn't manage to find the following round.
Well, that's what I meant, it's good for CAZ, considering that Xenex did win the pistol and they already got 5 rounds. So, and actually last week when they played versus Generic Team Name, it was Xenex CT side that was really strong. We saw them only getting 3 T rounds versus Generic Team Name last week. And right now they're seeing, 4 rounds and then CAZ sitting on 5. It's not looking too good for Xenex, but the round has been unpaused, so we'll be going live with the game now, going back into game. As I mentioned previously, Xenex on the halfway, so a few sets of armor, Deagles and C7s and whatnot, but the full set of 5 rifles coming for CAZ as well.
Indeed, we're going to be seeing CAZ potentially just shredding through everybody on the Xenex side in this one. Obviously, the pistol's not going to be the best in the world, although we have seen some damage dealt with these weapons throughout the past, throughout the past week and yesterday as well. I mean, a lot of these players going to have crisp aim. A lot of them going to be in a good place to do damage. It's just about what they can do that's going to be more than that. And apparently not much in this one. 4 players over towards the A site, not going to be so favorable as all 5 of CAZ decide they're going to hit B straight up. A nice, easy site taken. I doubt we're going to be seeing much more after that bomb's gone down.
I mean, the typical anti-eco on the T side for Cobblestone is go towards A, molly out those spots towards the, not really sure what you call it, we call it flusher spot, you know, towards long, close long, molly out those spots, head towards A, much more open space once you have control of long and control of close mid of ramp and so forth. Much better for the rifles. And then instead of opting to go towards B because you have that close range platform and whatnot. Peggy though does get the kill, but the bomb is so far ticked with no kits as well. They're just going to save their rifles, and they might actually be happy with 2 AKs, especially if they can take down Aussie here as well, and if they can find any more. 2 AKs saved and 4 kills. Actually a good round for Xenex, even though they have lost it.
Yeah, much better than I think I was expecting to see them do. Finding that many frags after the bomb's gone down, after CAZ should have essentially been able to sit back and find people as they entered, is not bad at all. And as you say, taking 2 with them going to be helping the economy out very nicely indeed. CAZ as well, having a rebuy, going to be destabilizing theirs a little bit and giving Xenex more of an opportunity to make something off the back of a gun round. Yeah,
no AWP coming up from Xenex here, so we might see some early CT aggression. Maybe the A-long push to push for information, not really too sure, but it's actually Jacob and not Dream with the AWP this round, so we know Jacob's the lurk, and as we've seen here, he's just trying to see if he can get any plat control. See if once his teammates make noise towards A, see if any Xenex members will peek him on plat, get a frag there, and that will open up the B bomb site, and maybe his team can rotate towards B, and they can go towards the next. Smokes and so forth coming out, but maybe they're giving away that there's 2 players here.
Maybe they have indeed. Interested to see how CAZ are going to be responding if they know that. Interested to see if they're actually going to be expecting the position from Jake. I mean, Dream manages to spot him out initially, actually, and that's going to mean that we see a frag coming through from Roma with his help. MCK as well, managing to deal with Shaney after he finds 1, so it's going to be a 1-man lead for CAZ, although 2 players extremely low could be a problem. JT already going to be on site, looking to see what damage he can lay down. Jacob with the AWP manages to get a tag in, but 2 frags in tandem from Xenex going to be making things a whole lot easier for them.
Dancy spraying MCK through the smoke there as well. Peggy on the fast rotate does manage to get down Jacob. That's JT, and that'll be the last player falling. So Dance is getting that kill through the smoke as well. JT staying alive there, 24 HP, was full flashed on under balcony, but the player that had the bomb opted to plant the bomb instead of kill him, and fortunately for him, JT just wide-faced to the side of APC, took down Aussie. Dance with the kill through smoke, and then the 2 versus 3, sorry. Xenex managed to win it cleanly, so they are now 5-6, only 1 round behind, and it's going to be the half by coming up from CAZ.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly the problem with what happened in that, well, in that anti-eco towards B that we saw. Obviously, they lose a lot of players, 1 man escapes, and it means we're going to be seeing the pistols out this round. Tech 9s, P250s, and actually a Glock on Dream, but only 1 set of armor and very limited utility. Jacob, in fact, expending the 1 smoke they did manage to have there to try and start something off. You've got to assume this is going to be Xenex shutting them down. CAZ as well, though, obviously just going to be going for that bomb plant. So if they can get him fast and deal with the men on site, there's still a chance they can find what they want in this one.
Xenex pick up this round as well. They'll be very happy to see 6 rounds on the board for them. Only 12 rounds in. If they can pick up any more, it'll be so good for them. Here comes the fast drop take.
Men straight in. Aussie going to be starting things off with 1 onto JT. The molly in, though, manages to make them slow themselves down a little bit. No real way for them to move forward from here. They know it's going to be covered off, so we're going to be seeing them boosting back up drop, actually, to try and
go
take
back
it in a
towards
different
A
direction. Yeah.
They might actually opt to go back towards A, as obviously Jakey there pulled away from A, as obviously the tension there was towards drop. Once, you know, JT went down, spots 5 players in drop. Jakey rotates from A, and it's going to be only him on the A side. He is playing on site, sorry, so even if he does go down, he will have the information early on, as he can spot them coming up mid. Shania, though, he's holding drop window as well. They're watching for this A split.
Yeah, obviously the B player is going to be realizing that not much sound has come out of drop since. They're going to be aware that the flanks are going to be on, and they will be looking for that out towards A. But the first man goes down, Roma, to the AWP of Shaney. And so a little bit more security is brought. Now it's going to be the hit towards A. Jacob tapping away, but not being able to find anything. Actually going to be dropping before a frag comes through. Jakey as well taking Dream down, and still sitting on site, ready to deal with anybody who follows. Now it's MCK with a Tech 9 versus 4, and unfortunately for him, again, there's just not much he can do.
Yep, and you saw what happened there. As soon as Shaney got that killing window, they realized that the T's were most likely going to try for that A split. Jakey, they're hiding behind site, just throws out 2 flashes, holds off the T attack towards A, allows for Shaney to get the rotate in there as well, take down Jacob in Whorehouse. It's going to be 6-6.
Indeed, and now we're going to be seeing CAZ coming back through with a buy. potential for them to again kickstart things, but their economy still in shoddy shape. Xenex actually have a fairly good chance of finding themselves a couple more CT rounds, putting themselves in a strong position, and I mean, that's always going to be a happy moment, but as you said, they do have to worry about their T side.
Yeah, last week it was a T side, that was the problem. But Jakey there goes down straight away, and he's the only player on A, so if they can smoke off connector, get the mollies and the flashes in to hold off this rotate, they can have the bomb site, and it's A is such a hard site to retake, the CTs might just opt to save.
They might indeed, especially as JT goes down, jumping from Balk. No frags for him. Shaney going to be hanging around a little bit longer with the AWP.
You have to save this.
Yeah, but nothing's picked up, and as you said, it means we're going to be seeing Xenex just running away, tails between their legs, all the way to that B site, making sure CAZ can't find any more weapons and trying to stretch their economy out.
It's so rare when you play Cobblestone to see a player spot mid down the CT side like Jakey did, commits to the spray and loses the duel there and actually completely gives up the A bomb site. Usually you see players just, you know, jiggle peek it, try not to give away their frag early on, but unfortunately for Jakey, commits to the spray and loses that battle and opens up the A bomb site for CAZ.
Thing is, now it's CAZ with the bomb down. I'm interested in what we see, because if one of them gets picked up here, or if, let's be honest, a few of them get picked up here, they're going to be in trouble. So I doubt we're going to be seeing too much in the way of players looking to find frags late. It's going to be Jacob as sort of the only man in a position to make any of that happen, and even he doesn't go for anything too substantial. So
they can buy here.
CAZ going to be trying to build that economy up for themselves, playing things a little bit more careful in that round. As you said, leaving Xenex the option to buy.
They're staying on 5 rifles as well. They can go for a fast B here. But the thing is that the CTs, they do have Molotovs as they have saved, so the fast B would not work too well. Question is though, who is it lurking this time? I believe it's Aussie lurking towards mid. So it's actually a different strategy here. They're going to have Jacob actually play over the Wolfpack this time and have Aussie on his own.
Well, Jacob at the moment going to be at the back, lining up the flash to push the rest of his team through. 3 onto site fast. Nobody in their way just yet. Peggy caught. Still half flash, can't hold on to his life, and it's going to be Dancy's as the man on site to try and take that fight after a teammate goes down. 1 for him, no more coming through, and Ozka's there as well to cut those rotates off. Shaney with the AWP as well, going to be dropping as Xenex lose a fair amount of economy there. This means we're going to be seeing them back down on those lower numbers, at least on a couple of the players. 3 of them not doing too badly for themselves. It's just a question of what they're going to be doing, and it actually looks like we're going to be seeing them opt in for the buy here in the last round, obviously, actually. Numbers are not my forte, as you can tell, but we are going to be seeing them go for the buy. Shaney on the glass
He
cannon,
needs to get an early pick here with that
just
off.
sitting with the CZ. It's far from perfect for Xenex.
The problem is the T's, they know that the economy is going to be low on Xenex, so they offer this B rush. They expect no Molotov to come out, and that's what's happening. All these T players already at balcony, but the problem is they're so flash, they can't really get the early frags, but MTK gets the team kill on the frag. Dream as well chimes in. Dancer get the refrag onto MTK, he gets another one as well. It's a 3 versus 2.
Aussie though, makes sure he finds Dancy's, brings it back into the 2v2. Shaney's still going to be hanging around with that ball on the side of Xenex though, and finds a frag with it quickly, and it means it's all Dream. 8 points of health, the bomb down, but a single flash now left to hold this retake off.
He can play a headshot angle here though. Even though he is AHP, he can play the headshot angle towards stairs, so his HP not being that important as well, especially because Shaney's on the AWP. Question is, do they know his low HP? The flash comes out, they can now get close to sight. This is where it gets problematic for him. Let's get this from the first one. Can he get the headshot on Shaney? Flicks, takes him down. That's going to be Dream there with a huge 1 versus 2. They're playing towards stairs, plays the headshot angle, so even though he is AHP, you have to headshot him and do 100 damage if you want to kill him.
Yeah, I was a little bit worried maybe we'd see a nade coming out, but obviously unaware of his position. Yeah,
as I mentioned before, 6-9 standard coming out for this. CAZ, they're going to be happy. Xenex, they're not really too upset. If they can win this pistol, they're going to be looking really strong here to win this map.
They very well might be. I mean, I still have that hang-on of exactly what you were saying about their T side last time not looking so strong. So the pistol round, as you say, is going to be extremely important. If they can equalize it here, they've got the chance. Past that, I think things are looking a little bit worse for them than maybe they would like.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see a better T side from Xenex coming out this week. Obviously, not looking too good in the too good last week versus generic team name. So, what do you think was good for Xenex in that last half?
I mean, honestly, just snods.
What's wrong, mate?
I don't even know, my friend. Honestly.
Well, we saw the bad things from Xenex was
Jesus
obviously
Christ.
Jakey's A on hold on A wasn't actually that bad. It was getting the 1 frag usually but gets traded instantly. Fortunately, on that 1 round though, he did die early in mid and gave up that A bomb site. Good things for Xenex though was that B hold was strong. Obviously, having the strong presence towards drop. You very rarely saw CAZ taking over drop. I think they only had it 1 round when they had the 5 Ts jump down drop. Obviously, that allowed Dances to help with the B plat control. And you saw when CAZ tried to jump out, Dances getting multiple frags in multiple rounds there, holding off that T attack. We do have a pause. MCK, unfortunately, has had some PC issues, so he's going to be restarting his internet. So we have a few-minute break. Well, we won't be going away. We will still be talking, so you're still going to be listening to me and Brod here bringing you this game. So what do you think you're going to see this half on this pistol?
Honestly, not entirely sure. I don't know. Again, you know all of these teams better than me, Snods. You are the man to ask about all of these things. You've played with many guys in the UK scene. You've obviously played against many guys in the UK scene.
Well, to start things off, you've got Roma buying the kit and actually dropping the P250 to Dream. So Dream with the armor P250, maybe play drop with that, but usually see a 5.7 or a CZ in drop if you're going for that play. Might see him play towards B plat where it's slightly longer angles, but P250 isn't really that strong on the CT side. The USP as well as a one-shot headshot. But we don't really know what the T's are buying yet. They haven't bought up yet, so I guess they haven't really decided where they want to go. Typical strong T pistols is going to be 3 towards drop, 2 towards each, and or either bomb site, either 2 towards A long, and then you're going to have the 3 players drop and you try to split, or you obviously do vice versa. 2 players B plat, 3 players drop. But I think Xenex might go opt for the same pistol they did last week where they had the 5 players run up mid. Get that early frag towards long. Typically the CT side you have the solo A player push long, push A long, try and get some information there. Try and get an early frag. I mean, if there's no one A long, obviously there's not really be anyone going A, so then he can get the fast rotate and give the information that it will be a B. And if Xenex can get that early frag on the A long player, on the CT side, on their T side, sorry, then they can run up mid, take A, and it's going to be the retake for CAZ.
That's what you reckon we're going to be seeing Xenex heading towards A and trying to just find themselves that side fast, make sure the retake's as hard as it possibly can be, find the pistol quickly, and just ensure that they get those 3 rounds in.
That's what I expect. Obviously, that's just because retaking the B bomb site with the pistols is a lot easier than retaking A. So many different angles you can hide in on A, behind wood and so forth, tree, mid ramp, and it's so much harder to flank as well as you have to push B if you're on the CAZ side, push B plat, and then push B to come on the flank, and don't really see it too often on the pistol. Still waiting for MCK to come back in. Not really too sure how long it will be. Restarting his internet, as I mentioned before, says that he said that he had 30 loss playing that half, so can't imagine how CAZ are going to be playing once you don't have a player lagging out like that.
Yeah, 30 loss would be a little bit much, obviously. Potentially going to be impacting his performance. Hopefully that means we're going to be seeing him come back strong in this half. Although if you're Xenex, you're probably not going to be wanting to see CAZ do too much more.
No, you really want this pistol if you're Xenex. Obviously, the pistol round will net them. Hopefully those 3 rounds. I mean, even if they get the bomb down, even if they lose it, but they get the bomb down, so they only give up 2 rounds, so potentially it could be 11-6, and you can win from that. 11-6 is winnable. So the problem is that once it gets to like 11-12 or even further on from that, if they lose that first rifle round afterwards, it's going to be so bad on them. So we are still waiting for MCK to come back, and while we are waiting for him, just going to sit here and talk about the game. So next map is Mirage. You've seen one half from each of these sides. We saw Xenex play Mirage last week as well, going OT CX. I think it was 21-19 or 21-17. Something like that. Very, very, very close matchup last week as well. So Xenex, they're no strangers to Mirage, so they can actually pull out a win there, maybe even go 1-1 or something like that. So he's on TeamSpeak now. Thank the Lord he will be here soon, hopefully, as we are still waiting. He's not too sure if his internet's working just yet, so we're still going to be waiting to bring you this game. Soon in Counter-Strike players, you know, lexical field is, that could be ages. That could be ages. Soon.tm.
Oh, I remember last season, we've had a few soons that sort of strung on for a couple of hours.
Yeah, basically, yeah. I mean, Rattlesnake as well yesterday had like a 20-minute delay when he was meant to just update the client. He's still waiting around for him. So, CAZ on their CT side. We saw 3 of these players, as I mentioned before. They love playing Cobblestone when they're on the Infused lineup in ESL Premiership. They did very well on Cobblestone in there. They had a very strong T-house back then, and also very strong CT house. But that's with a different leader. That was Red Snake and not Jacob.
Yeah, no, you were telling me about that. You were talking about this potentially being a pick that favoured CAZ.
Not favoured CAZ,
not favoured
CAZ,
but something that was sort of playing into their hands more than other maps may have. Obviously, those 3 players you're talking about, with that experience, going to be extremely helpful to them finding it. Do you reckon that if CAZ find this pistol, or even if they don't, we could potentially see a strong CT side out from them leading into a potential 2-0 here?
I just hope that Xenex show a better T side than they did last week. Last week, it was awful. So with 6 rounds to play on their CT side, and they've got 6 rounds on their T, or starting at 6 rounds on their T half, they need 10 T rounds to win this game, and I'm not really too sure if they're going to be able to pull it out if they lose the pistol. So we will see. up. NCK's in the server now, so hopefully we can get underway very, very soon. As we're running out of things to say. Actually, no, we can talk about something. Jacob on the lurk. So on the CAZ T side, we saw Jacob lurking, and actually that's something which we see, you know, other IGLs doing as well. Imi for endpoint, he does that as well. Does like to, you know, Shiki as well, when he used to play in his previous teams, he used to say, go here, and I'll do the fake. And it's actually a lot of the times the IGLs that do that as these strats in their head. But we are live with the pistol, so we'll be going straight into game with that. Going to be seeing the kit on Roma and the P250 on Roma as well. He's going to be keeping it in the CZ on Aussie. The CZ smoke, most likely going to be playing drop with that. Actually, as I mentioned before, it's going to be the fast A.
Yeah, well, Xenex not having any utility going to be causing them a little bit of, well, actually, no, sorry, no issues at all finding the way onto the A side. It's only going to be 2 players there. Aussie and Jacob both playing angles where they don't find anybody till a little bit later on, but both managing to find those frags quickly when they start. Dancy's now going to be the last man left alive, trying to fight his way out of it. But again, 1v5 on your T-side pistol is never going to be an easily winnable situation.
So this is the problem.
We see it go the way of CAZ.
This is the problem, what we just saw there. Xenex, they went for 4 mid, and they had 1 player lurking around the mid doors. They did not decide to push long. What that meant was that player that was towards long stayed alive the whole time. He heard everything, had all the information. Says there's 4 people running up mid. I need help right now. And you saw the early rotation coming up from CAZ. Had the players on site for the early retake. The bomb did go down, so they will actually be saving this and have the buy in the next round. So it's not the end of the world, as I mentioned before. They will be forfeiting this round with just Glocks and P250s unless something crazy happens towards drop, but do not expect that. But as I was saying before, you need to get that early frag on the player A long, otherwise this is too much information. And also the backstab, you saw him come in so late into the round, is get that play on the get the kill on the final player on the CAZ side. So CAZ winning both pistols. Sorry, 1 pistol. 1-1 right now. Sure. Romo 2 spray down, doesn't quite get the third, will be traded out by Jakey. Jakey over the panel sprays another player, it's just Jakey now. 22 HP. Can he get another kill? No, he will go down to Jacob. So 11-6, and the buy will come out now for Xenex. And without the AWP, we might see a fast B or potentially smoke off Matrix and try run up mid again and see if they can get a better chance. Or see if they can do better than last time.
Oh, hopefully we are going to be seeing that. You'd expect that this is the round where they sort of have to kick it off. Obviously missing out on the 3 free rounds they might have been able to get from pistol. Does put them in a little bit more of a compromising position. The T side usually stronger, but we've talked a fair amount today. No point really reiterating about the fact that their T side didn't look so strong when we last saw them.
But we saw what happened when Ufrag had 1 day, and this is 1 week. Xenex, they've mentioned on Twitter, see how much better it will be after 1 week of practice. Obviously last week Dancy's joined the day before, so couldn't really have too much going into that week. And they managed to go 1-1 versus CEX, so can they do better this week? But right now it's looking like it might be a 1-0 lead for CAZ if they lose this round.
Yeah, Xenex already a little bit stopped up over towards the B side. Again, CAZ not giving them too many opportunities. Roma, flashed in by a teammate, manages to take back a fair amount of control from drop as well. Dream going to be holding onto Plat, making sure nobody can sneak their way down there. And CAZ just going to be ready for whatever's going to be thrown at them. Yeah,
they have no AWPs, so it's going to be hard for them to play picks here, but they do have the smokes and the nades, so they can do the all-off smoke and they get the flashes out that way. Spots the play, and the problem is Dream stays alive and he spots 2 players towards B Plat. Can Shani get the frag onto Dream and open up this B bomb site?
Oh, Dream's going to have to give it to the man because at the moment they are going to have no way of working their way through. Dream, though, going to be going for a little bit more.
It's a failed flash down, unfortunately, so he's going to replay this and actually get 2 kills. Devastating now for Xenex. Can they get another one? Gets 3, and that just can't happen if you're Xenex. You can't allow that to happen. I mean, you have smokes and flashes, you spot the player there, smoke off, do the all-off flash smoke, please, smoke off the crack there, flash over, and just have the 1v1 of the player that stares. Instead, you allow him to reface, and a failed flash count for Xenex as well. Nets Dream 3 frags there with his M4, and that's awful for Xenex. And I predicted it to be 16-11. It might be looking worse than that.
It might indeed. CAZ already find themselves on 12. Xenex going to be put back down onto the pistols in this one. Really not a huge amount of money that they're going to be able to spend if they want to get a decent buy coming into the next. It means that we're going to be seeing CAZ with an opportunity for another free round, and again, more opportunity to build up that bank. On the CT side, that is going to be almost invaluable. So many rounds here where they can just find themselves sort of the economic advantage. You can see Aussie going for the MP9 as well, trying to make sure he can rack up more.
Well, he knows they have no armor.
Yeah, it's going to be another from Xenex, where we can't really see much happen. Maybe a couple of frags, but more than that is going to be difficult indeed.
But the thing is as well, they're split up, so it's going to be 1v1s, and obviously the CT side have rifles, and Jakey and Cohen, they got pistols with no armor. Just going to go down 1 by 1. Potentially, you could say Xenex are maybe trying to feel out this CT defense, trying to see how many players they're playing towards where and how they want to play their setup. But I don't really think there's too much information coming out from... No, CAZ aren't really giving up too much information on this round, so Not really much that Xenex can take away from this. 6-13 in favor of CAZ. I mean, this is the round to end them all.
It very well could be. Xenex, though, obviously not investing much into that last round, are going to have the money to spend here. Still no AWP going to be coming out, but a lot more utility in their hands this time. As well as that, we're not going to be seeing them heading straight towards B, but instead putting that presence over towards A a little bit more.
Yeah, no AWP, so they can't play for picks. We might see the fast A here. Smoke off towards Matrix, but Jacob then smokes mid, takes the frag. I mean, you have to really be expecting that. Whenever the CT smoke mid, generally the player is going to be playing close mid. You have to be expecting something there with an AWP. Either the AWP peeks towards A long, or he peeks towards mid if he is going to go for that A pick. And usually when the AWPers smoke off mid, they will peek over the smoke to stop them getting shot in from close range if there are T players towards close to the door. Remember as well, holding on to drop, so there will be no split going on straight away. And Xenex, they pull back from that A attack.
Yeah, the AWP shot rings out, they get cold feet, and it means we're not going to be seeing anything too fast from these guys. Still in a position where playing the picks game isn't going to really be favouring them. So instead we're going to be seeing them heading towards B. Again though, CAZ should be more than ready for this.
Yeah, I think they're going to suss out that this isn't an A, as obviously MCK is getting all this vital information, pushes towards Matrix and sees that there's no one mid, so that allows Jacob with his AWP to potentially fall off very soon and go towards B. And once they have 4 players towards B, it's not going to be looking too good for Xenex. Molotovs as well. And obviously the bait setup as well, Dream in the corner. Ozzy gets the first contact to Dances, and Dances giving information as one close. These T players, they don't expect Dream hiding in cubby. It's just JT now. And the 1 versus 5, and honestly, this is quite a miserable game coming from Xenex. Only 6 rounds to show after 20 rounds being played.
Yeah. Not the best situation to be in. CAZ as well.
I mean, if this is a tactical pause, I mean, it's far too late. This is useless.
CAZ as well managed to come out from that round clean. Obviously, economy not going to be their main thing at this point, but it just shows a certain level of dominance within the round. And as you said, if this is a tactical pause, it might be slightly too late because Xenex are going to be back down with enough money potentially to buy. But again, we're going to be seeing more of the same. We're going to be seeing them without an AWP. Maybe a little bit low on utility, just not having...
Oh no, he's throwing up.
Oh.
Fair play. I mean, fair play. You got to do what you got to do. So, how can Xenex win rounds here? They know that Jacob is AWPing mid. They've spotted him when they jump through mid doors. So they know that Jacob does AWP mid, and they have the player towards long. So they could opt for a B rush and just try to smoke up that Molotov, as they know there's only 3 players towards B. Or Shaney with his AWP. Unfortunately, he won't have one, so this is a bit too late. But if Shaney did have an AWP, if he knows that Jacob's playing towards A, he can try and get that first pick. And obviously, we saw Dream and Ozzy playing with rifles towards B. Can he outduel them with his AWP? But unfortunately, that's far too late. And Xenex now 6 of 14. They don't really have hardly any money to buy. I mean, they're going to have to buy now, but we're only going to see, 2 rifles and Galils and whatnot, Tech 9s. I mean, you could go for a fast drop to B. That could work with the Tech 9s going towards drop. 2 players with the 2 AKs playing towards platform and go for a B split like that. That could work. Could potentially try and get those Tech 9s up A long and have the rifles up in A mid and try to go for an A play towards that way. But we shall see very soon once Peggy is back from vomiting. Imagine the scenes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, especially in a game like this, that is not going to be the best thing in the world to be facing up against. But obviously, the round that they're going to be coming into is also going to be a little bit harrowing. Obviously, as you said, we're going to be seeing them sort of having to go for something potentially a little bit desperate, both in terms of buy and how they're going to be using it, because at this point, they can't really afford to be picky. There's no real way to get the AWP out. They're going to have to sacrifice weapons for utility. CAZ still looking remarkably strong, and I mean, even if they can find this round...
Yeah, they still have money to buy next round. Xenex need to win 10 in a row if they want to win this, or just 9 in a row if they want to go OT. CAZ just need 1 or 2 rounds if they want to secure this win. Exactly. So we should probably just stop talking about this map because it's been pretty dreadful from Xenex, I'm not going to lie.
So you want to move on to Mirage?
Let's talk about Mirage. So last week we saw Xenex play CEX and Mirage, and they lost in overtime, and on that map it was the T sides from both teams that were proving to be important for both those teams, actually having pretty poor CT halves. But Xenex, the problem is their T side on Cobalt isn't really too strong. We saw the same last week, and unfortunately for them, it's the same. Oh, we are being unpaused. Peggy is back, so we can go live into the game. Well, we are live here. We didn't cut back to us. What am I talking about? Anyway, can CAZ close this out with 2 more rounds, or is Xenex going to get a few more?
Well, I mean, there's always the potential for them to get a few
No
more.
rifles,
this one, not looking like it's going to be it, as it is going to be Tech 9 armor, although potentially if they can find their way in...
Is that a Speedway smoke? Yes, I think it is. Actually, no, they're going to smoke off the right hand of Statue. That's going to allow them to drop, and they don't have to take any pressure towards, if there is a player towards Rock, he can't spot them. But the problem is, though, they don't smoke off Speedway, as I mentioned, and the smoke actually fails, so Aussie gets a kill there, Roma 2, and Roma's on the fast flank, probably got boosted in drop there to get there that early. Shaney in the 1 versus 3, just a Tech 9, no utility. Most likely going to fall down here. It's going to be 15-6 potentially, unless Shaney can pick up a rifle and try and work some picks that way.
Yeah, Roma did find himself boosted through drop,
Yeah.
managed to get behind them fast. Obviously the men on the site fell apart quickly, but now the bomb is fully in his possession. He has a mate there with him. And Shaney is in a very bad place indeed. As you said, if he can find a rifle, there's a little bit of a chance to get something done, but at the moment nothing's really going to be coming his way. There is still a chance for a pick on Jacob here if he realizes where the man is, but he doesn't. And it means we're going to be seeing CAZ find themselves match point.
You sacrifice firepower to buy utility, right? Instead they throw the Olaf Meister smoke, and then they throw one smoke from JT that fails to try smoke off the right-hand side of Statue there. And what that does is it means that players outside drop like Aussie, where in his position that he was, and also players towards Rock, they can't spray down as you cross the site, so it's good to get the bomb down. You can also plant in that smoke. Problem is that if you don't have the Speedway smoke as well, and obviously other players on Xenex did have smoke, what we saw there was as they jump out of crack through their Olaf Meister smoke, they will just fall down. JT in drop tries to get the first frag. He will take down Dream, and actually Xenex opting to go for that half buy so that they can have the rifles and AWP. So they're probably just trying to feel out a few more rounds, try and get a few confidence rounds. Not really too sure what they're trying to net here, as pretty much the game is sold at this point.
Yeah, it's not going to be an easy one to come back into by any means. As you said though, they give that last round up to go all out into this one, or they give it a little bit less of a chance of success to go all out into this one, and maybe it's going to be working for them at least for a couple more rounds. They find themselves 2 to start things off here. A third actually coming out as well from Dances, and JT finding a 4th quickly, and that means that Xenex look like they're going to be moving on to 7. It's now going to be Aussie in a 1v4.
They have money,
and a chance to put some more
they
stuff
have
on the
so
board.
much money. It doesn't even matter if they win this. I mean, at this point, Xenex has to win another 8 rounds in a row if they want to see OT. CAZ, I mean, the thing is, if Xenex can break the economy of CAZ, they can win this. The problem is they have to break the economy. And when you look at the bank on CAZ, 13,000 MCK, obviously buying up now, going to be towards 9,000, but still money to buy even if they lose a subsequent round here. So even if it goes to 15-8, CAZ going to have a buy to the next one. If it goes to 15-9, then that's where Xenex can break them. But even then, CAZ is still going to have more buys following that.
Indeed they are, but Xenex now going to be fully equipped, I think, for one of the first times on their T side.
Yeah, basically.
Trying to bring something a little bit new to it, trying to see if they can find these next 8 rounds in a row. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not necessarily even saying we're going to be seeing it come out, but
and the problem is,
I respect that.
Yeah, problem is there's Shane whiffing that shot into Jacob as he peeks out, so now he does have the information. He can go for a repeat towards mid. His headshot through the wall though, not sure which player was that. Actually it was Jakey there, getting the dink through the wall. Jacob has to fall back, probably going to play towards site now and watch mid from Connector. And now more of a passive setup coming up from the CT side. The problem is though, they have MCK or Dream, I believe it's Dream playing towards B plat, and he has the information. He's just wide swinging there, gets the information, sees down there, gets the Molotov out in case the T's are trying to rotate towards B. The thing is though, the CT side, they know what's going on right now.
They do seem to have a fairly good idea indeed.
3 players now.
Yeah. 3 players now on A. Roma making sure he's got drop covered. There's no flank going to be coming through, and it means it's going to be Xenex all heading from the same direction if they decide to follow through with this.
Yeah, Jacob here, APC, just watching for that long push, and it looks like the bomb is there, and the flashes and smokes come out. Gonna shoot there after the flash is over. MCK as well playing that close wall. Throws the Molotov out. Doesn't really matter too much, as they're all going to be inside that. Shaney, they're holding the angle. Jakey will go down to Jacob. And Shaney goes down 16-7. And that's not really a very good showing from Xenex. And this is their map pick, remember.